Hello everybody, this is Detective Daddy from Boston, Massachusetts, and what you're looking at is all the pennies that I pulled out of boxes 8, 9, and 10 for 2021. I had all these separated at one time with index cards and all that and was going to do individual videos on them. However, they all got mixed up and I lost the index cards. So what I'm doing is a one video, 3-box recap. That's the index card I'll be writing everything out on. I'm going to explain to you what everything else is here. These right here, I believe they're about 34, 35 wheat pennies, 32 Canadians. I believe there's 12 09s. These are the 59 Phillies, 59 Denvers, and these are all the San Francisco mints I found. Now everything else here, all of this right here, and these are going to be matched up against this book here. This stack is all 82s, that's why I got the scale right here to weigh them to see which ones are zinc, which ones are copper. These are the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, aughts, and these are all the interesting finds. And as you can see, I have my scope right there to show you those toward the end of the video. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lay all of these out on the sheet like I normally do and show you what I found. Be right back. Okay, everybody, so here's what we have for the wheat pennies in these three columns, then all the 09s, and what I do is I have the type 1 P&D, type 2 P&D, type 3 P&D, no type 4s at all. Bummer. Then we have the Canadians, then we have the stacks of 59s, followed by the 68S, 71S, 72S, and 74. So I'm going to tell you exactly what we got here. This column over here, we have two 35s, a 37, and a 39. Pretty good when you get four pre-40s out of 3 boxes. Quite happy with that, actually. Then up here we have, let's see, we have 1940, two 41s and a 42, followed by two 44s, two 45s, three 46s, a 47 and a 48 P and D. Then over here on this column, we have two 51s, followed by a 53 P and D, followed by, let's see, we have two 54s, excuse me, two 54s and a 54D, that's why there's 3 there. The next column is two 55s and a 55D. Over here we have a 56 and a 56D, and the last stack right here for the Wheaties, 3 57s and a 57D. Not too shabby. On the 09s, which I actually didn't write down, I believe there's about 4 type 1 Phillies, 1 Denver. On the type 2s, there are 3 type 1s, 1 Denver. And on the type 3s, there's 4, make that 5 type 1s and 1 Denver. And that's what we got for the Canadians. Well, I'm just going to read through the dates really quick. The only ones of real significance was there was a Younghead 1962 in this stack, as well as a Bird Scent 67 and a 66. Stack of 70s, 80s, 90s as expected, and a few from 2000. Both of them are 2000s. So that's what we got as far as the ones that really count. Now what I'm going to do is go through all of these here, see what fits into this book, as well as those, see which one's a zinc, copper, and see if they need to go in the book as well. So I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, as it's been a while, let's take a look at book 1. We have 3 on the first page, with the earliest being a 1913 so far. Then we have a 1916, followed by a 1917. Over here is a 1919, a 25, a 26, and a 1930. Then over here we have the 35, the 36, the 37, 38, 39, 40, and 40S. No upgrades, nothing changed in this book at all. Let's take a look at book 2. Okay, here on book 2, as you can see, it has a lot more filled in. Good news on this here, we did find the 48S in either boxes 8, 9, or 10, as well as the 54D. So we're going to fill in 2 holes in this, which leaves us with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20 maybe left in this book to fill. Not too bad. There are going to be some tough ones, that is for sure, especially right there with the steel cents. Finding those, I think I've only ever found 2 ever. And of course, there are some lower mintage coins in here as well, as you can see from some of the totals here. And I think the toughest one of all is going to be the 55S right here at $44 million. That should be the toughest one to find. We should be able to get the rest of these at some point during the year, but we'll see. I'll be right back with book 3. Okay, great news for book 3. As you can see, we finally have the 82Ds, all three of them, the copper large date, the zinc large date, and the zinc small date. Those three, they will be filled in. We also finally got the 2009 Denver birth and early years. We've been waiting for that one for a while, finally got it. And additionally, I'm going to be upgrading the 2009D formative years, and hopefully you can see that this one here up top is definitely in better condition. This one's got a lot of fingerprints and some schmutz on it, as I call it. So I'm going to pop that out, put these in, and we're going to take a look at book 4. Book 3 is completed. And for book 4, here it is. As you can see, it's already completed. So books 3 and 4 are completed. Book 2 is almost completed. Book 1 still has a lot of work to go, but we're going to keep working at it. It's only February, almost March. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. And until next time, happy hunting. Actually, before we go, I forgot to show you a couple of finds that I had that I put off to the side. Take a look at these right here. These are just some of the more interesting finds that I found. It's a 78, kind of beat up on the front, but look on the back. Completely gone. Let me widen this up just a bit for you. There we go, and I can see the whole reverse of the coin. It is just, I don't know what somebody did to that, but definitely an altered coin, not a mint error. And there's another one very similar to it, but this one here has it on both sides. The other ones I wanted to show you was this here. It's got kind of double, I don't know, somebody tried punching a hole through it or something. And the last two are really interesting. See right here, that 9, if you look in there, is almost gone. You can barely make it out. The rest of the coin, not in bad shape, but I think there might have been a little bit of grease buildup in there. And on the obverse, looking nice and normal. The last one is the best one. Right here, look at that. You can barely make out the word trust. The rest of the legend is gone. Liberty is barely there. And I think I can see a 2 and a 0. And I believe the 2 is right about here. And the last 0 is right there. So it's either a 2010 or a 2000. I don't know. On the obverse, well, whether it's a 2000 or 2010 doesn't matter, because I'll never be able to know if it's a closed AM or wide AM. Doesn't make a difference. But the reverse looks good. Obverse, definitely having some issues. Let me know your thoughts on it. Now that is the end of the video. Until next time, happy hunting.